Did you see my tomatoes?
No.
Man, I got some gorgeous tomatoes growing. I showed this in a video yesterday. If you want to get real quick around the other side. Okay, without now, Joe. Do you grow tomatoes?
Yes, I do.
Did you grow? Okay, let me show you my tomatoes.
You grow tomatoes. This is
Look, they ran it over with the truck. Look at my poor tomato. They ran it over with the truck. All right, we have to penalize somebody.
You know,
isn't that a beautiful tomato?
That's the best watermelon I've seen in a long time.
Watermelon? No, this is a tomato.
I've never seen a tomato like this. See those watermelons? See that squash seeds in there?
Uh-huh. This is a watermelon?
Yes, that's a melon.
Are you sure? I thought this was a tomato. Wait a minute. These. Oh no.
Yeah, somebody just. But I don't know what it is.
Well, no, I'm shocked. I'm all upset because I thought I was growing these big, beautiful tomatoes.
No. This is funny.
That's not a tomato.
No, this is a squash. See these squash seeds?
Is it a squash or a watermelon now?
Well, it's something I'm not familiar with, but it's definitely in the melon or squash family. I would say it could be even a gourd.
Well, anyways, folks, this just goes to show you even a city slicker can come out and build their own kin's domain.
And surprisingly, it grew out here in this desert. That nice.
Yeah, well, what we're doing, we're planting them out here.
No, this would be a fantastic place for tomatoes. I'm sure this kind of climate. But then you have to put them on trellises, and you have to have you could put tomatoes right alongside this fence, and they'll take over the fence, and you have tomatoes.
Oh, that's good because when they die in the wintertime, it'll let the sun in.
Exactly.
And in summertime, like now, it'll block the shade.
You could tie trellis tomatoes. We call these trellis tomatoes, by the way. We have trellis because they go up.
You got some tomato. What you think is watermelon, I think it's. I still think it's a tomato.
You see a tomato with a skin like this?
Well, yeah, they're green. What happened? It bit you?
That is one of the most bitter things I've ever tasted.
Ew.
That's a bitter squash.
I
hope we don't. But anyway, I grow tomatoes professionally.
Professionally?
Mm-hmm.
What's what you professionally in?
Chicken grower, tomato grower.
Oh, so you're like a professional tomato? So
when I came from the Peace Corps, my first job, I worked for an anti-poverty program in Southwest Virginia, in the Burley tobacco growing area, and we were growing trellis tomatoes as a second crash crop for the tobacco growers. So I worked summer as a technical advisor growing trellis tomatoes. So we did 60,000 pounds per acre.
And you're 60,000 pounds per acre
of trellis tomatoes.
How did you do that?
Well, it takes a lot of.
Were the trellises just like this?
No, we use a wire. We put a post and then a wire on the top.
Almost like grapes?
Yeah, like similar to California.
Well, if we put a roof on this, could the tomatoes go up that high?
You don't have to. No, this is fine. You just, as they go up, you just start tying off. You just have some little cord and tie them so they go up.
Will we get 60,000 pounds?
You'd get a lot of tomatoes on this around this fence, yeah. But I would try a few hundred next year.
Why not this year? I was going to go buy them real quick.
You could.
Bigger ones.
Yeah, June, July. Yeah, try a few dozen. Put them in. I would put them on either side. If you think you're getting enough sun, too much sun, I would do it on this side. If not, try some on both sides, so you know next year.
Well, keep in mind, here's what's going to happen. We're going to plant plenty of trees about here. All right, then we're going to go 12 feet.
Oh, okay, you have a plan.
And then we're going to have another right about here. This will be the walkway between the kin's domains.
So what is but still those trees will take years to grow.
Yeah, 15 feet the first year. And 5 feet every year afterwards. Fastest growing hardwood tree in the world.
Oh, okay. So, But anyway, try it because if you're not going to use all of this fence, you could plant tomatoes uh, or any kind of vine. You know, you could put your tomatoes, cucumbers, anything that you want to grow up.
Watermelons you can't because they're too heavy.
Too
right?
heavy. Yeah. Even though I do grow big pumpkins on the trellis.
Really, the big pumpkins
Yeah,
are
but
okay.
I put a support under every pumpkin.
Okay, that's a good idea.
I do a A-shaped frame from eucalyptus about this big, and then when a pumpkin comes, but that's just for. We have a lot of fungus in Brazil, and during the rainy season, so we have to keep things off the ground.
Okay.
And here you don't have that problem here. See, you're going completely opposite. But see, we try to keep the airflow at least about a foot and a half off the ground, so we can keep it dry. Just like your big toe, you want to keep it dry, otherwise you get fungus in your toe, right?
Right,
So
right.
what the doctor says, pass a towel every day on your big toe, every take a bath, you won't get that on your foot. Same thing, we just keep it dry under the plants, let the sun dry it.
Well, we will have significant moisture once we put the ponds in.
Yeah, but still won't be a problem. I'm talking about rain every day for 30 days.
Wow.
I'm talking about major fungal problems.
So the Kins domains that we build in Brazil will be significally different
Yes.
than the Kins domains we build out in the desert.
No question. I mean, there's a lot of similarities, and then there's a lot of really.
Let's go inside. Let me show you what we're actually.
Like the chicken operation is going to be basically the same because you're going to have meat grass. Here it's probably better because you're going to have grass, at least, growing grass. Even in the winter time, I'm sure there's there's some grasses or alfalfa that will probably hardy over. It will take does it go beyond freeze? I mean, it goes beyond freezing, but does it go beyond like 0 or how cold
No,
does it get?
I'll find out.
Yeah.
I know that the pipes will burst if you don't put insulation.
Yeah, okay. So it gets fairly, but there's still, if you're out of green grass 1 month or 2 months, it's okay.
Well, let's go inside. I want to show you what the whole configuration, see what kind of gemstones.